All right, gang, let's go ahead and get started into this week's lesson. So, in the last week's lesson, we had part one of this, right? And we're going to take this t-shirt template, which is in your downloadables below, and we're going to show you how to put your t-shirt mock-up inside of this. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do one that I've created. And then I'm going to clue you into some really cool resources that are not sponsoring this. So again, I'm not getting paid to say this, but their stuff is top notch. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up this template. And now you're going to want to change the base color here into something that you're going to want to work with. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to desaturate this bad boy down to an almost white to start off with. All right, so I'm going to keep a little bit of that because I want the white to be just a little bit off. All right, so I've got the plain old white t-shirt. I know, not very exciting, is it? So now what we're going to do now is we're going to go open, and I'm going to put in one of my logos. Now, you have to provide your own artwork, right? I'm not going to do your artwork for you. So we're going to go through here, and we're going to bring in this particular logo. This is a logo that I'm working on for one of my t-shirts, and we're going to go copy. And now we're going to bring it in to this document, and we're going to go and paste. All right, now we've got this in here. Now we're going to go ahead and blow this up a little bit until we got it where we want it. And now we can go ahead and we can position this really anywhere we want it. Now, when you do this, part of what makes this work is positioning this layer in between these areas. Now, you really can't see it work because this is one, a text layer, and secondly, it's black. So guess what happens if this layer is a multiply layer? This isn't going to show up great. So that's a very simple placement for a very simple design. However, we're going to make this a little more complicated. So let's go ahead and delete this. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with Frankentoon, Frankentoon has some really awesome stuff for Affinity Designer. I buy almost everything that they come out with. And one of the coolest things that they created recently was this Rockstar pack. Now, I've gone ahead and I bought it. So again, we didn't go through and we didn't get sponsored by these guys. So I spent my hard-earned money on this particular pack. And they came up with some Rockstar designs that are really cool for t-shirts. So this is out of the Rockstar pack. And now if you go through and you grab, say, this skull, we're going to go ahead and we're going to copy it. We're going to bring it into our blank t-shirt and we're going to paste it. All right, cool. Now, this is key. We're going to bring this up. And now we can go ahead and we can do a lot of different stuff with this. We can go ahead and we can flip the design if we want to. I think it looks a little bit better this way. And now you see that not a lot is happening with the multiply layer because it's on top. Watch this. We now bring it down inside between these two. Now let's go ahead and zoom in and see what happens. Now we get a little bit of discoloration in here where the actual shadows are, and you see that we've got a really nice fade there in terms of how it looks on the shirt. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, if you wanted to make it a little bit more realistic, we could do a couple different things. With this skull selected, we can come through and we can add an adjustment layer to the skull. We can do the same thing. We can HSL adjust it. We can go through and we can kind of shrink this thing down a little bit. We can drop it down to an almost black level. Now the multiply is going to fall away a little bit because again, it's darker than the shadows. So you can definitely do that. Or we can adjust the color of t-shirt. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and see how this looks. I'm actually quite happy with that. I think that looks really good. Now, if we wanted to, we can adjust this any way we want to. We can come in, we can grab it. Oops. We grab the whole layer, huh? And then we can twist it and adjust it a little bit, straighten it out, and then we can place it anywhere we want. Now, let's go ahead and adjust this particular color of shirt. Come to the HSL, and we're going to come over here to and we're going to maybe do this up on a green type of shirt. All right. So that's a little bit about how you can go about throwing your background on it. Now, let me show you something else that's really cool that you can do. I'm going to show you one more asset from Frankentoon, and I would highly recommend, folks, you go see their stuff. Their stuff is really good. All right, we're going to come over here, same Rockstar pack. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Overlays. And let's go ahead and grab the folded paper. So we're going to go ahead and work with the folded paper. So we're going to go File, Open. We're going to come over here to the documents. I'm going to go to my designer kits. I'm going to make sure that I've got my Frankentoon Rockstar kit. I'm going to grab the overlays, and I'm going to grab the folded paper, and we're going to hit OK. And now I'm going to right click and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to come over here to my logo and I'm going to paste it inside and I'm going to drag it to the bottom. All right, so if you wanted to go ahead and create something for your site, that is a really cool t-shirt mock-up, which will go a long way. Now, one of the last things we can do if you wanted to take it one step further, and again, because it's never quite enough, come over here, grab a mask layer, and now remember in the mask layer, black conceals, white reveals. We're going to come over here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a pixel brush. I'm going to grab a color. I'm going to make sure that I got my white selected. Now we'll grab the white just to make sure that however it goes it's white. We're going to grab the brushes, and I'm going to grab my spray paints, and I'm going to go ahead and let's do this actually. Let's grab the black color because we're going to conceal it. Okay. And now we can turn down our opacity a little bit. Turn down the flow quite a bit. And now we can go through and hit up some of this background here. Make it a little less dense. Go ahead and raise the opacity just a little bit. I'm working with a mouse. Usually I work with a graphics tablet. So it's a nice way to add a little bit of interest into that background. Okay. And go ahead, export it out. T-shirt done, t-shirt stand done. So if you're interested in it, go ahead and check out some of Frankentoon's stuff. They're absolutely phenomenal. We showed you how to make the template in the last lesson. Go back and watch that lesson if you're interested in seeing how the sauce is made. And on behalf of 7 Season Studios, one of the things I want to ask you every day, folks, we are creators, and I ask you every single lesson and every single day, what did you create today? Today, you took the template, you created the shirt, and posted up on your website. You brought this into existence. All right, folks, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out Affinity Designer to take your game to the next level, check out our complete guide to Affinity Designer. The link is below. All right, catch you in the next one.